r/AskReddit. What's the worst thing you have found on your friend's phone? Not a friend, but my stepdad. He was googling something on his iPad. I glanced over, and seen the search history hot milk's first time our pal big teeths. I was a 14-year-old that knew a bit too much, and I almost died trying not to laugh. Duck pics of a dude who used to scream and bully people in order to get a girlfriend. Apparently, my friend chatted with him a bit to see if he just needed a friend, and it somehow resulted in some blurry duck pics. Friend claimed that they'd kept them to use as ammo to send to people that got on their nerves lol, which I know to be true as my cousin got them as a reply when he was being annoying. My friend met a girl on Omegle who actually sent him nudes. He showed me the nudes he got from her the next day at school. I told him 1. It wasn't right to have the nudes 2. Don't show them at school in the middle of the hallway, and 3. To delete them. My friend was showing me a picture on his phone and went to swipe to the next one, and it was his duck all bloody after he'd freaked a girl on her period. I'm gay, so I literally gagged, and he apologized profusely but was laughing at how grossed out I was. A classmate lent me his phone, found out he had a lot of WhatsApp groups where strangers shared graphic horror pornography, mutilations, live raping, children being raised, an incredible amount of graphic murders and suicides. I've seen people shot themselves, throw themselves off building, and their friends laughing about it. I've seen how people raised animals and really young kids. I've thought about giving secret info to the police anonymously, but I was too scared. I wonder what happened to that kid. He said he had all that stuff for fun because it made him laugh, especially when young boys were being raised. He would sometimes put those videos to the class and they all would stare in awe and horror, watching a guy cutting his pelvis off or watching how a girl cuts her arm until there's nothing but blood. Yeah, I really hope he's now mature enough to understand how horrible those things were and how bad he did for sharing it with those group chats full of who knows what. Hope my story helps you to be aware of you're hanging out, kids. If someone is able to watch that type of brutal stuff for fun, he's no good, and he wasn't that bad of a guy. He was pretty nice to everyone, but finding all of that scared me for life. Beware, not everyone is what they seem to be. He's a sadist, definitely. WTF dude. One time he was at my house. I've since realized that he only ever wanted to visit my house because I had Wi-Fi so he could play online games, and he gave me his phone while he was playing video games, so the first thing I went to was his Google search history, and the dumb mother freaker didn't even clear his history because he had searched kid porn earlier. Needless to say, we haven't spoken for a long time. Did you do anything about this? Proof he was having an affair with another friend's wife. I probably shouldn't have, but he left his phone with me and told me to send a bunch of photos he took to my phone. Group event I was at, pick the ones you want to save, text them to your number, and I got WhatsApp messages from another's friend's wife that were definitely like, sorry, just got your message. I was in a meeting all day. Oh hell yeah. Let's hook up. John's at some gaming weekend thing. Lucky us. Bring the equipment. This little girl is in heat, looking for her daddy wolf. And she sent them in small bursts, not just one message. And so as I was looking through his phone at pictures, and every minute or so, just some flirting shut like, I just smoked a bowl and I miss you so bad. Borrowed a classmate's iPad, sorry not phone, and opened YouTube. The first search history was Pokemon pun. We were in 8th grade, so I was pretty shaken up. I'm going to make the charitable assumption that he was looking for pun of the human characters in the show, the alternative is just bleg. I don't really go through my friends' phones, and would never without permission. Neither do I swipe when showed a photo, it's just basic respect of integrity. Then this question is obviously not catered to you, is it? I hate when people do this, really. I stand corrected. I was at a friend's house and we were playing VR, and he was streaming his headset onto his phone so we could see what each other were seeing. His girlfriend texted him and I told him about it. He said to reply to it, so I opened the message to reply, and the last messages they had sent were nudes, and I got a full nude of his GF. I sent the text and immediately closed the tab and went back to the stream. Later on he went back to the messages and realized what I had saw. We laughed about it, and that's now an inside joke between us. Well, not on my friend's phone but my husband's. I was on a Zoom video call with my whole family. I was showing them pics of our garden project on my husband's phone by holding the phone up to the laptop camera and was swiping to show them the pics. Swiped onto that iconic meme of the big guy with the massive cock. Absolute silence until my sister burst out laughing. My parents were horrified and my husband wanted to die. Not the worst thing on his phone by any means, but not ideal to show your super strict in-laws, haha. Was it graphic, haha? NSFW, haha. r/Berrywood. This one. My sister's head photoshopped onto a nude model's body. This was a decade and a half ago and it still strikes me as freaking weird, dude. I would be scarred for life. Bet. I had no idea how to even approach him because I was like 14 at the time. So I'm someone who will let my friend go on my phone cause 98% of the times she's playing one of my games or watching YouTube, but one day she decided to go through my pictures. She saw one of my duck pics. I don't really know what she did cause I wasn't looking, but all I heard was a big gasp. My phone hit the table. Turned to see her laughing, face in hands, and my fully erect duck pic on my phone. Needless to say, she never touched my phone again. She did treat me a little differently though for a few days afterwards. Don't really know why. This ex-friend of mine, when we were like 16, still like really was into pun. At that age I was dating this girl, and saw on his phone once, some like Voyager shut folder that had photos of her he took in secret, like at the middle of class. And the one I felt terrified was one that she was walking to her house, and the photo was literally taken like he was staking her from across the street. I asked him what the freak was that, and he started crying asking for forgiveness. I just left his house without a word, and immediately told my girlfriend. The next day she kicked him in the balls to the entire class. We still date and I plan to propose to her next week too. My mate was going on Chrome to show me a photo of something, but as he opened it he still had to open tab of some porno with a guy in a gimp suit doing unorthodox maneuvers. We did this to our teachers so much that they paid a company to maintain web security at our school. Never leave your laptop unlocked in a room full of 15-year-olds.